Hello my friends, this is Sheree. How's everyone doing today? Welcome to my channel. I've changed my channel name a little bit, so take a peek at that and let me know how you like it. I don't know, I'm in transition here. I'm transferred everything from my Etsy over to eBay. My journal shop and, craft supplies and all that kind of thing over to eBay. And I also have I think I'll link it down below. I had a t-shirt, or it was basically t-shirts and mugs that I designed over on Etsy, and I transferred that to another place too called Public, T-E-E, Public, Public. I think I'll link my shop there. It is called, I think I called it Turquoise Dreaming over on T Public, and I'm Sheree's shop on I may change my name to on TeePublic to Sheree's shop also, but I had to. I just got it going and just put in, the first thing that came to my mind on TeePublic. So anyway, those are the two shops I had on Etsy, which I have now transferred. I'm still putting things on TeePublic. It takes time for me to get everything uploaded, but I have all my designs from Etsy. They're my designs, so I just a matter of putting them all on a TeePublic, which takes some time, believe me, because I had almost 1,000 designs of t-shirts and mugs on Etsy. So that takes some time to get almost 1,000 designs uploaded. So yes, I'm in a transition, it seems. I'm just like changing it up here. And having fun doing it. So anyway, today is an episode of, as you can see in my thumbnail, use it or lose it, and in my title, I'm sure I put hashtag use it or lose it. I did not start that hashtag. I don't know. I really don't know who started it, but I was inspired by it from Nancy at Wishes and Weeds. So I've just kind of been using it, and I tag her in all my videos because these videos, the use it or lose it videos, because I think that's where I got it. So anyway, I wanted to show you, I said the other day that I would go through a flip through. By the way, I got my internet back. I don't know if I should tell you what it was. Should I tell you what it was? Do you want to know what happened? You can guess. You can probably guess. My husband cut the line by accident, of course. But there's a line on one side of the house and there's a line on the other side of the house apparently. He thought he cut the line and he thought, "Oh, well that's the line that's the old line. They don't use that one anymore." Well, guess what? It was still part of the cable, the not we don't have cable, we just have internet or whatever. With our internet, with our cable company, we don't actually have cable anymore. But anyway, no internet, no Wi-Fi basically for the weekend because he cut the cable. And he told them that, and they still told him to come in and bring the modem and trade it out in the router. And then when he got there, they said, he was upset because they told him to come in, and then they said we have to send out a tech, which he told them on the phone that he needed a tech because he thought he cut a wire. Anyway, long story, but yeah, we have our internet back, so I can upload videos at home now. I was doing it at home or at Walmart over the weekend. Kind of discombobulating, but yeah, disoriented there over the weekend. But I did work on these last week, and I'm still working on them this week because I have so many pieces from the comic books I cut up, but using it or losing it, right? So let me just do a little, I want to show you how cute these are. They're just so adorable. After I ended up, after the video I did where I did a Tag Tuesday on making these, comic book tags, I decided after the video I would finish those comic books. I just had about 3 or 4, I guess. And I just cut them in, I took the staples out, cut off this, where they fold, like where the spine or where they fold and the staple was, cut that off. So I just had single pages and I just cut them in half randomly. So this is what I got. I think they're really cute. I love the colorful. I used whatever kind of cardstock I have. I didn't buy anything new. And just using a lot of this cardstock, most of it I got at thrift stores, and some I had from my scrapbooking days, which was in 2006 when I was scrapbooking. So, so random kind of little pieces here that I just think they came out so cute. I mean, look at that. That was just random. So if you have some comic books or something like that, something like a comic book, maybe a book that has comics in it, because sometimes they make books. They have books, not just comic books, but books of comics type thing. And these are so colorful. So there was a Disney one and 2 or 3 Star Wars ones. So some of them have like Mickey Mouse and things. And I just tried to use cardstock that matched. I mean, look how that came out. I mean, could it come out any better if I had planned it, right? It's kind of neat. One thing that kind of inspired me on these was looking at the Temu ephemera. I don't know if I bought any of those. I might have one little package of something, but besides mine, I saw it on the Temu website, and I saw people on YouTube as they would flip through their Temu ephemera, little papers and things. Look at that one. Random. That was random. That was not planned. So, see how this one's cut off here? But that's how some of the Temu ephemera was like. It was just like kind of random pieces of like the advertisements and thing. I think that's where I basically saw it, and it gave me this idea, or inspired, motivated and helped me to kind of like go with this idea without getting too crazy with perfection or anything. Is the Temu advertisement ephemera was just a cut off piece. It didn't have a whole word or a whole picture. It just was a cut off piece, and I'm like, we're buying pieces of an advertisement. It's not even the whole advertisement if you buy that Temu ephemera. So I'm like, I just had that in my mind when I was doing this. So I just wanted to show you how cute they are. I'm going to use these. I might put some in my shop. I don't know if you all would want some of these, but I mean, they're blank on the back. You can write on them, and then you can add to them. You can add a topper or something, a little ribbon or whatever if you wanted to. I've been using a couple here and there for thank you notes. Just write a little thank you note on the back. I mean, look at this one. This is really random. It's just this. It was an advertisement in the back of the comic book, and it just had this, wording here and a few pictures. But you put it down on here. Look at this one. It just, it's partial words and stuff. But I just, look at this. See, again, partial words. That's what, the idea from the Temu ephemera. But it's so cute. I mean, it says goosebumps, right? And whatever, I don't know, down whatever. But down the rabbit hole or something. But just so cute. So I wanted to kind of just give you an idea here of what you can do. And you don't have to like try to get some perfect cut out picture of things. So anyway, I think we did some of these on, these are the other Boy Scout or Cub Scout ones that we did. I think we did these mostly together. Here's a couple of, this was an advertisement for Ninja Turtles, and this other one in the back of one of the comic books. And see how I cut it up. It was Ghostbusters is what that one is. And then these are Ninja Turtles down here. But look how cute that is. I don't know. I love them. I hope you do too. So just as a little inspiration there, I wanted to show you those. And then I have been wanting to do this. You know how I always say that. I always have these things in my head. And I just can't, one day I get to it finally after it's been in my head for a month or two. So this is one thing I want to do. Super simple, and I have done this before. I think before I folded the pages, like a book page, and I took it, and maybe it was bigger than this, and I folded it in 4 pieces. Like take this one, fold it once, and then fold it again, and then cut a tag shape. And that's how I did my previous book page tags. These I took 2 pages and glued them to 2 pages. These are 2 pages. Except for one of them, I accidentally sewed together 6 pages. There's one really thick one in here, but I made 12, and I wanted to show you how they turn out. So I And I'll show you how I did it, but I have two thoughts on how I want to do these. So this set I'm going to put in my shop, but like this one had a picture on it. So what I did was I cut out a rectangle, and then I glued the rectangles together with some glue stick craft bond. I used the Elmer's craft bond, and then I cut my little angles, and then it was glued together, cut, and then I sewed just a straight stitch around. And this one happened to have a picture on it. Here's the back. I started, if I saw any with a blank space on it, I started leaving that on the back so that there'd be room to write. So the idea is for someone to get these and do what they want. They can add a topper, they can distress, they can decorate, they can write, but that's the idea for a basic book page tag, and I'll put in my shop some sets of these, and then someone can get them and do what they want with them, right? They can have a base to do what they want. But here's like this one has all text on it, and I love to decorate a text page. And I want to do some more with different book pages. Like, I have a zillion book pages. So that's the motivating factor behind this. I want to do something with my book pages, like hymn book pages, dictionary pages, all sorts of pages. So I'm just showing you these, how they have text. And let me see if I can find another one, like this one right here. This one has all text here, and then it had a blank spot here. So I left the blank spot so that that could be writing room. And there with 2 pages, this paper is really nice as far as when I put it together. And the glue actually does, I've made these before, I noticed the glue does add a stability to it, that glue layer in between the pages. And they feel really strong now that I have 2 pages together. So this set will be in my shop when you see this video. So here's the book pages I've been using. This particular book, I think, was like almost either 100 years old or almost 100 years old. So there's one in here that I folded. I don't know if I can find it now. But like these really old book pages, sometimes if you fold them, if I were just to fold these, I would be afraid of them cracking. So instead of folding them, making tags of them, I thought was a much better use of them, so I don't have to worry about the cracking, and I can get a nice size book page, book page tag, and there you go. I don't, I don't have to worry about cracking, and I'm using the book pages. So let me show you how I'm doing the book page one. So like these pages came out together, so I'm just taking my paper cutter and cutting off the blank the blank around the outside, the border that doesn't have anything on it, because I really want the text, and I want them. So like when I do more of these with different book pages, the size of the book page could determine the size of the tag, and that's what I let these do. These book pages, they're small, and by the time I cut these surrounding borders off, that is determining the size of my book page. My tag. So this is basically my tag. Now I have those 2 pages, and these are both full of text. So I am then going to glue these together with my craft bond, and I try to get the glue all over, like I try not to leave any spot without glue on it, so that when it's glued together. These are thick book pages. This book was really nice. Oh, and this is naturally aged too. It's got a nice patina to it on this particular book. So that's another thing that's nice about the different books. You can have the different colors of aging. Some really light, some like this, with a little age on them. Gives them a different color. So that's what I basically did there. And then like once I had one done with my angles, I used that one for a template and just went boom boom, cut my angles, and almost boom boom, and then there you go, I have my angles done. And then I got a bunch of those done like that, and then took it over to my sewing machine and sewed it. So super easy, if you have some book pages you want to use. And you don't have to sew around them. I'm just doing that for extra special touch for my shop and for my friends and customers that, shop in my shop. So, and well, new customers are welcome. so this is I wanted to try something different too. Another thing with the book pages. So this is a coffee dyed file folder, and this one has the branding on it. So I'm going to cover this side and leave this side for, journaling or whatever somebody might want to do with it. So what I wanted to do is take some of these. I'm just, whatever has spots on it or whatever, some of these have like age spots, and like you can see that has a black spot there. I don't know what that is. It doesn't come off, but I'm just going with it. But I'm trying to think, do I want to cut the blank part off of these? I think I do, because in the end, let me cut the whole blank part off of this one at least, as far as where it was held together, and see what that looks like, because it's just going to be, yeah, I think I want to cut all the blank part off of these too. That'll be what I'll try during this video. And if these little pages have a little title on each page from, the book, whatever book this was. And so I'm leaving that. I'm trying to leave that, and like book page numbers and things like that, page numbers, I'm trying to leave that because I think that's cool to have all that kind of little stuff on your book pages. So I wanted to show you this, because even though it's a simple idea, just in case you're thinking, I have too many book pages, what can I do with them? I need to use a lot of book pages up, like me. I need to use a lot of book pages up myself. So I wanted to show you this in case you're in the same boat, so you don't think I need to just throw these away because I have too many. Maybe there's some book pages that are destroyed that you might need to throw away, yeah, but maybe there's some that you can use without throwing them away. So you can see I'm putting glue on one side of these and gluing them down. And so we're just going to see how this comes out with the file folder. I think I just put them right next to each other. I don't even think they really need to overlap or anything. I'm just going to make sure they're touching. So we have total book page coverage here. I'm not going to worry about any type of perfection. I call myself a recovering perfectionist because I try not, even though I want to make it perfect in my head, I want to do mess with it and do every little perfect thing. I'm trying not to let myself do that, although sometimes I do want it perfect, so that comes in handy. Perfectionism on some things comes in handy, but you can drive yourself crazy and other people crazy if you try to do every little thing in your life to perfection. So I do things on purpose to kind of defeat that perfectionist tendency. Believe it or not, I'll tell you one thing at work I do, and I hope it's okay with everybody else, because there's, in my line of work, perfectionism is good because things need to be perfect. But there's two things I do at work. Okay, so we have a kitchen and we have some, we have coffee area and all that stuff. So there's a little bowl, ceramic bowl, where we keep these certain coffee pods for the coffee maker. They're the pods. And let's see. So I need a little piece here. I think I will just cut this to fit. Let's see. I think I'll make a little fold there. Yeah. So we got in some new coffee pods, and usually they will. The other girls will just, one of the other girls I know at least, I don't know if the other ones would just dump them in there, but you can just dump them in there. You don't have to get them all perfect, but one of the other girls I know, she likes to get them all in there and line them up with just perfect, and they look all pretty and everything, and you can see the tops and what flavors they are, and you don't have to even pick anything up and stuff like that. So yesterday we got some new ones in, and I just dumped them in there just to defeat my perfectionist tendencies. And so we'll see if somebody straightens them up or they leave them like that. And the same thing with the Sweet and Low. And we have Sweet and Low and Splenda, so the same thing. One girl will just go in there and line it all up and stack it and line it up in this little tray we have, all nice and pretty, like in a little row of perfection, perfect little row. And yes, I do love it, and it looks pretty, and I can do it. But I was like, it was my turn to, we take turns on each week. A new one of us is in charge of keeping things stocked up in the kitchen. So it was my turn last week. So when it was my turn, I refilled the sweetener dish, and I just took a pile and put it down, and took a pile of the Splenda, put it down in the tray, took a pile of the Sweet and Low, put it down in the tray. So it was just a little pile, and nobody fixed it. So I was like, okay, good. We don't have, nobody has to have it perfect. They're not going to complain that it's not perfect. They're just glad it's stocked up, right? So we'll see what they do with the coffee, but that's what I do, little things like that to defeat and overcome my perfectionism. And another thing I do is, you might not like this one, but I was raised to make my bed every day, and I do like making my bed every day. And I used to, have my kids make their bed every day, and there's nothing wrong with it. I train them to make their bed every day. But after a while, when I was trying to overcome my perfectionism and not drive my family crazy, I let that go. And so on purpose, I didn't make my bed every day. You know what I mean? It's just a matter of mind over, I don't mind, not mind over matter, I don't know, just defeating my perfectionism and letting that go to a certain extent. I don't mean never make your bed. I just mean let it go once in a while. I let my kids just have a day off, have a couple days off without making their bed. They didn't have to make it every day. You know what I mean? They know how to make their bed. They knew how to make their bed. They just didn't have to do it every day. If they didn't make it, I didn't freak out and go in there and make it for them, or freak out and say, get in there and make your bed. I just let stuff like that go and learn to not be so perfectionistic. Although, of course I like my house clean and everything like that. And you've seen me with my organizing my craft room. If you watch my channel and all my craft room organization, I do like everything clean and organized. So, I'm just, I don't know, just letting you know, if you are perfectionist, you can, overcome that and not drive yourself crazy so much. So I cut this one down too because I needed a little bit more here. And we're going to see how this turns out. Because you can see I kind of wanted all the words to go upright, because if I put this in my shop, I know there's people, like me, I don't mind things going sideways. I've kind of gotten used to it, going every which way with junk journaling, but I know there's still people out there that don't. They will never let that go. They don't want their words sideways. So for you people that don't want your things sideways, I try to make everything upright as much as possible. So yeah, that's why I'm doing this all upright. Maybe I'll do another one with the words going every which way. I do like that too. I think that's really cool and fun. So we'll do that one in another video. But this one I wanted to the first one here, I wanted to do all the words upright. So still, I'm not kind of like trying to line them up or anything. Just all the words are going to be upright. So let's see how we did here. We're almost covered this. I could overlap this, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to go and cut it with the others. So, what else did I want to tell you? I lost my train of thought there. But, yeah, I think this is going to be really cool. So we're going to see. Oh, I wanted to see really how this comes out as far as, the difference between putting 2 pages together and putting some on file folder. I just wanted to see if there's one I like better than the other, or do I just like both of them for what they are, Okay, look at that. I've got one little piece left here. Oh my goodness, I could use one of those sideways pieces, but what do you think? Should I just get another page? Oh, I have this one already cut out, so we'll go ahead and put that on here. And then we'll save this one for another file folder, maybe the one we do with it going different ways. So let's get this piece on here. It's gonna look cute, right? Especially with the let's see, I can put that out of the way. Especially with the, I don't know if that's too big or what, but I'm gonna glue it down, then I'll cut off the extra. Especially with the coffee dyed folder is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so maybe if you like one better than the other, it'll inspire you to also use, you know, whichever one you like better. If you like both, try both. If you like one or the other, like file folder, you can use any cardstock. You don't have to use file folder. It doesn't have to be coffee dyed. So now this is about what, 8.5 by 11. It's about 11 inches. So just say, let's see, 4, 4, 4, and 4. So about 4 inches each should do. Make these even. Unless, yeah, no, they need to be upright. So let's going to turn them sideways. Let's see. So yeah, I've got 11. Oh, about 11.5 inches. Yeah, 8.5 by 11, 11.5. So I'm going to say, let me go 3.5 inches on the first cut right there. I don't want any scrap. I just want these to be even. So that's one. Let's see now, can we get 3 and 3? No, I need to do another like 3.5. Will be right there, and another 3.5 will be right there. Let me do like 2.5 here. 2.5 on this one. These are going to be different sizes on this one. And then there's 2.5, and let's see what we have left. Yeah, I can basically do almost 2 3/4, 2 and almost 3 inches. So it's in the middle of that, so it's almost just under 3 inches. These two will be just under 3 inches in this last piece here. Trying to get it. I think I'm basically cutting it down the middle of this one, or trying to. Yeah, this one's a little bigger, smaller. So then, see, this is why I like the 2 book pages, because I like the size of those, how they came out. This one's more uncontrollable. I can't make them all the same size, you know what I mean? So I'm going to cut this one. Let's see, where are those? These are, let me tell you, the ones we did with just the 2 pages are they're almost 6 inches tall, and they're 3.5 inches wide, so good size. So compared to this, I would need to cut these. There's a loose piece there I need to glue down. All right, here, to make them the same size. And then I have this little piece left. So, and if I cut it in half, this is a little 8 1/4 inches. So, about right there is half. So yeah, I like the other one, these for the size, being able to make them that size, and they're just the perfect size. So let's cut this in half, because I think that's the best use of this piece. So pretty much in half, and these could be little journaling cards instead of tags, is what that's going to have to be. And then this one also, I think I like the narrow ones too, because it looks more like a tag, small tag. I can cut the corners and things, and here's the back with the coffee dyed file folder. So I think the narrower, if I'm going to do it like that, or if you're going to do it about like this, something to think about, maybe make them a little narrower and they look more like tags. So good to know, right? Okay, there we go. So that's the cut up one, all of these pieces right here. So I think I might be out of time on this video, but I will go ahead and work on these, you know, cutting my angles and maybe sewing around them, and then I just need to glue that down and then show you the results. Okay, so let me know which ones you like best. I like these. I know right now I like these the best. So I'm gonna be making more of these. I love these. So, and these are good too. These can come in really handy in different sizes, and these will be cute once I get done with them. So I'll show you those in the future. So I hope you like that idea for using it using it or losing it for book pages. And I will see you in my next video. Have a great day. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment, and I'll see you in my next video. See you later.